Imagine a moment so powerful that it moves a seasoned politician like Senator Ted Cruz to tears, all because of something Elon Musk just said about Jesus. It happened during a recent live event that left everyone speechless. What could Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur famous for rockets and electric cars, have possibly said that touched someone like Ted Cruz so deeply? Let's dive into the story behind this unforgettable moment. The atmosphere at the Tech and Leadership Summit was electric. Industry leaders, innovators, and thinkers from around the globe had gathered to discuss the future of humanity in a world increasingly shaped by rapid technological advancements. Expectations were high. The audience eagerly anticipated Elon Musk's insights on artificial intelligence, the colonization of Mars, sustainable energy, and the future of human-machine interfaces. Musk had built his reputation as a visionary who dared to dream beyond the possible, challenging norms and pushing humanity toward a new frontier. Yet, what no one expected was for the conversation to take a sudden, profound turn, one that would shift the focus from technology to something far more timeless and intimate: human values and morality. Elon took the stage with his characteristic calm and confidence. The crowd was buzzing with anticipation as he began discussing advancements in AI and space exploration. Then came the Q&A session, which always offers a glimpse into the minds of such trailblazers beyond their rehearsed speeches. A question from a thoughtful attendee stood out. In a world increasingly dominated by technology and automation, where do you think our deepest human values come from? How do we ensure that as machines become smarter, they also understand and uphold our morality? This question struck a chord, not only with the audience but seemingly with Elon himself. There was a pause, a brief moment where the hum of expectation filled the room. This was not the usual question about patents, rocket launches, or artificial intelligence capabilities. It was something far deeper, something that transcended gadgets and code. It was about the very essence of what it means to be human. Elon looked thoughtful, lowering his gaze for a second as if reflecting inwardly. When he finally spoke, his tone was steady, but there was an unexpected warmth and sincerity to his words. Honestly, he said, I think many of our best and most enduring values come from the teachings of Jesus. He then quoted Luke 6:31, the golden rule: do to others as you would have them do to you. Elon described it as, perhaps, the most universal ethical principle humanity has ever known. The room was silent. The crowd had been prepared for a discussion on neural networks or Mars colonization, not a biblical verse from one of the world's most influential religious figures. Elon's words reverberated in the stillness. It was a moment of unexpected gravity, a reminder that beyond the cutting edge of science lies the ancient wisdom that has shaped human civilization for millennia. For many, Elon's statement was startling. Here was a man synonymous with technological disruption and futurism, acknowledging that some of the fundamental truths guiding human behavior originated not from scientific papers or algorithms, but from religious teachings that have endured for over 2,000 years. This was a side of Elon rarely seen in the public eye, a side that recognized the importance of faith, morality, and ethics in guiding progress. The audience's reaction was mixed. Some were visibly moved, nodding in agreement or quietly reflecting on the significance of the statement. Others seemed taken aback, unsure of how to reconcile the world of space rockets and artificial intelligence with ancient scripture. The moment sparked a ripple of whispered conversations and smartphone recordings. This unexpected intersection of faith and technology was, for many, a profound awakening to the fact that progress cannot be divorced from the values that shape humanity. This was not just an academic discussion, but a deeply human moment. Elon's acknowledgement reminded everyone present, and soon the millions who would watch the viral clip online, that morality, empathy, and kindness are at the heart of human society, and that no amount of technological advancement can replace the need for these core principles. In a world rushing headlong into automation and artificial intelligence, his words served as a powerful reminder that technology must serve humanity, not replace its soul. The summit quickly became the epicenter of a worldwide conversation. The clip of Elon quoting Jesus spread like wildfire across social media platforms, with hashtags like Elon Musk, Golden Rule, and a Faith in Tech trending globally. Analysts, theologians, scientists, and everyday people weighed in on the unexpected, yet poignant message from one of the world's most influential figures. Some praised Musk for bridging the often divisive worlds of faith and science, while others debated the appropriateness of mixing religious teachings with technological discourse. Yet beyond the debates, the moment sparked something rare and beautiful, a reminder that despite our differences and the rapid pace of change, some values remain universal and timeless. Elon's words rekindled a sense of shared humanity, an acknowledgement that at the core of our progress lies the simple but profound principle of treating others as we wish to be treated. The event also highlighted a growing recognition among leaders in technology that innovation without ethics risks harm. Musk's statement encouraged others to think not only about how to create smarter machines, but also about how to embed compassion and fairness into the frameworks that govern them. It was a call to remember that technology is a tool, and it must be wielded with wisdom and care. In that moment, the summit transcended its expected agenda. It became a crossroads between past wisdom and future potential, between the old and the new. Elon Musk's unexpected invocation of Jesus and the Golden Rule was more than just a quote. It was a beacon, urging humanity to hold fast to the principles that have long guided us, even as we explore new horizons. For the audience in the room and the millions watching worldwide, it was a moment to pause and reflect. It was a reminder that while technology changes rapidly, the values that define us endure. Elon Musk, the futurist and innovator, had spoken not just about rockets and AI, but about the heart of what it means to be human, a truth that transcends time and technology alike. Elon Musk stood on the stage, the eyes of the audience locked on him as he prepared to answer a question that was unlike the typical ones he usually receives about rockets, AI, or futuristic technologies. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation. This was a moment that would demand something deeper, something more reflective than the usual technical jargon. Elon took a moment gathering his thoughts and then delivered words that few expected. Honestly, he began, his voice calm, but steady, many of our best values come from the teachings of Jesus. The room seemed to pause, absorbing this declaration from one of the most innovative minds of our time. Elon didn't stop there. He went on to quote Luke 6:31, the timeless golden rule, "Do to others as you would have them do to you." He described this simple verse as, perhaps the most universal and enduring ethical principle humanity has ever known. This was no ordinary statement. It was a profound acknowledgement that beneath the complexities of modern life and technology, there lies a foundation of values that have guided human behavior for millennia. The Golden Rule is a principle echoed not only in Christianity, but across countless cultures, religions, and philosophies throughout history. Elon's choice to highlight this verse was more than a nod to religion. It was a recognition that certain moral truths transcend time and technology. The simplicity of the message made it powerful. In a room filled with futurists, scientists, and tech leaders focused on breakthroughs and innovations, Elon reminded everyone that at the core of progress must be empathy and reciprocity. It was a call to remember that no matter how advanced our machines become, the fundamental way we treat one another remains critical to the future of humanity. But as impactful as Elon's words were, they ignited a wave of mixed reactions. For many, it was refreshing to hear such a high-profile figure acknowledge the roots of morality and faith and spirituality, especially in a context so often dominated by logic, data, and science. Supporters applauded Elon's bravery for stepping beyond the typical tech discourse and touching on something deeply human and spiritual. They appreciated his rare blend of faith and reason, seeing it as a bridge between worlds often viewed as incompatible. Social media buzzed with praise. Influential figures from various religious and philosophical backgrounds shared the clip, calling it a moment of truth and a necessary reminder that technology cannot replace the ethical compass embedded in ancient wisdom. The hashtag #Elon Musk Golden Rule began trending, accompanied by heartfelt comments from people around the world who felt encouraged by the idea that faith and science could coexist and inform one another. Yet, despite the widespread admiration, The statement also stirred unease among some. There were those who worried that invoking religious teachings in a technological context might blur the important lines between science and faith. Critics feared that mixing these realms could lead to confusion or the erosion of objective, secular ethics necessary for scientific progress. Some argued that ethical frameworks should be grounded solely in rationality and evidence, without reference to religious doctrine. This tension sparked lively debates. Some detractors accused Elon of pandering to religious groups or using faith as a political tool to appeal to certain audiences. Others voiced concerns that religion might hinder the advancement of technology by imposing outdated moral codes. These voices raised valid questions about how society can navigate the intersection of rapidly evolving technology and diverse belief systems. Amid the controversy, the conversation expanded far beyond Elon Musk himself. It touched on broader questions about the role of spirituality and morality in a world increasingly dominated by artificial intelligence and automation. How do we ensure that our creations reflect not just intelligence, but compassion and justice? What ethical principles should guide the development of technologies that have the power to reshape human life? Elon's invocation of the Golden Rule opened the door for these essential discussions. Experts from fields as diverse as theology, ethics, computer science, and philosophy weighed in. Many agreed that while science provides the tools for innovation, it is humanity's shared values that must guide how those tools are used. The Golden Rule emerged as a universal touchstone, a simple yet profound ethical framework that could inspire the creation of technologies that respect human dignity and promote fairness. Meanwhile, religious leaders found in Elon's words a hopeful sign. In a world often divided between faith and reason, Elon's statement represented a rare moment of harmony. They saw it as an opportunity to engage with the tech community and advocate for a future where morality and innovation walk hand in hand. As the discussions unfolded, the significance of Elon's statement became clear. It wasn't just about Jesus or religion specifically, but about the enduring power of kindness, empathy, and reciprocity as the pillars of human society. The Golden Rule, as Elon framed it, serves as a moral compass, reminding us that technology must ultimately serve humanity's highest ideals. In the end, Elon Musk's simple yet profound statement stirred a global conversation that bridged divides and challenged assumptions. It reminded people that progress without compassion is hollow, and that the deepest human values come not from algorithms or data, but from principles that have stood the test of time. This moment became a powerful testament to the fact that in a world rushing toward the future, some truths remain constant. The way we treat each other defines who we are. Elon Musk's words invited us all to reflect on how those timeless values can guide us as we build the technologies of tomorrow. Among the many reactions to Elon Musk's heartfelt quote about Jesus and the Golden Rule, one moment stood out and quickly became the emotional centerpiece of the entire event. Senator Ted Cruz, a figure well known for his staunch Christian faith and often reserved demeanor, was visibly moved. As Elon spoke of the timeless ethical wisdom found in the teachings of Jesus, particularly quoting Luke 6:31, Cruz's eyes began to well up with tears. It was a rare display of vulnerability from a man often seen as stoic and unyielding in the political arena. The entire room seemed to hold its breath, witnessing a powerful and genuine moment of emotion from a public figure usually guarded behind a wall of composure. This unexpected reaction resonated far beyond the walls of the summit. For many, seeing Ted Cruz, a politician deeply entrenched in the complex world of governance and ideology, touched by Elon's words was a striking testament to the power of those ancient teachings. It underscored how, no matter our public roles or opinions, the principles of kindness and reciprocity can penetrate even the most hardened of exteriors. Cruz's tears were not a political statement, but a deeply human one, reminding everyone present, and those watching around the world, that these values still move us profoundly. The silence that fell over the room following Cruz's emotional response was telling. In an environment often dominated by debate, technical jargon, and power dynamics, this moment was pure and unfiltered. It was a pause for reflection, a collective recognition of something far greater than technology or politics. Cruz's heartfelt reaction allowed the audience to connect not just intellectually, but emotionally, bridging gaps between faith, reason, and shared humanity. But as powerful and moving as this moment was, it sparked a firestorm of discussion online. The video clip of Ted Cruz's reaction went viral within hours, spreading rapidly across social media platforms. People around the world were captivated by the image of a high-profile politician openly expressing emotion, a sight not commonly seen in today's often cynical political landscape. The clip became a symbol of the unexpected ways faith and technology could intersect, generating both admiration and controversy. Supporters of Elon Musk and Ted Cruz praised the moment for its courage and authenticity. Many took to social media to commend Elon for his willingness to speak openly about faith and morality in a world dominated by secular and scientific discourse. They saw the quote and Cruz's reaction as a hopeful sign that dialogue between faith and technology was not only possible but necessary. For these supporters, Elon's words were a reminder that even in the age of AI and space travel, foundational human values rooted in centuries-old teachings remain vital. This camp shared the video with captions such as, "Finally, a tech leader who acknowledges the moral compass Jesus gave us," and "Ted Cruz shows us the power of faith in the modern world." Religious groups, faith-based organizations, and even some secular thinkers joined the conversation, appreciating the reminder that ethical principles and spiritual wisdom can provide guidance in our increasingly complex world. Many believed this moment could be a catalyst for bridging divides between the scientific community and faith communities, fostering mutual respect and understanding. However, not everyone viewed the moment through the same lens. Critics quickly emerged, arguing that Elon Musk's statement was an ill-advised mix of religion and science. Some accused him of pandering to religious groups for political or public favor, suggesting that his reference to Jesus was more strategic than sincere. They questioned whether such religious overtures had a place in discussions about technology and innovation, fearing it could undermine the objectivity and neutrality required for scientific progress. Detractors also accused Ted Cruz of using the moment for political gain, interpreting his emotional reaction as calculated theater designed to appeal to religious voters. They expressed skepticism about the authenticity of the tears, viewing them as a tool in the ongoing culture wars that often pit faith against reason. Commentators on social media mocked the moment as performative, questioning whether politicians should display emotion publicly at all, especially when tied to controversial figures like Elon Musk. The social media divide was stark and immediate. Hashtags supporting the moment clashed with those criticizing it. Some users framed the discussion as a battle between faith and secularism, science and religion, progress and tradition. This polarization reflected a broader societal tension, one that Elon's simple quote had unintentionally reignited. For some, the blending of spiritual values with technological leadership was inspiring. For others, it was troubling. Media outlets joined the fray, publishing opinion pieces with headlines like "Elon Musk's faith statement, brave or problematic," and "Ted Cruz's tears, genuine or political performance." Talk shows, podcasts, and online forums debated the implications of the moment, sometimes losing sight of the deeper message in the process. The viral clip became a lightning rod for discussions far beyond the original setting, demonstrating just how complex and charged conversations about faith and technology can be in today's world. Yet despite the controversy, the core of the moment remained undeniable. A public figure moved by a message of universal compassion, delivered by one of the world's most influential innovators. Ted Cruz's tears were a reminder that beneath the surface of politics and technology, there lies a shared human experience, one that is shaped by empathy, faith, and the desire to do good. This moment also opened a window for deeper conversations about the role of ethics in technological advancement. Elon Musk's words and Cruz's emotional response highlighted the importance of grounding innovation in moral principles. As artificial intelligence, automation, and other cutting-edge technologies continue to reshape society, the question of how to maintain ethical integrity becomes increasingly urgent. The golden rule: treat others as you wish to be treated. may be an ancient teaching, but its relevance has never been greater. In the days following the summit, both Elon Musk and Ted Cruz addressed the moment in interviews and public statements. Elon emphasized that his intention was to remind people that regardless of one's beliefs, certain values are essential to maintaining a just and humane society. Cruz shared that hearing those words from someone like Elon, a figure known more for science than spirituality, was deeply moving and reinforced his belief in the enduring power of faith. Ultimately, the moment left an indelible mark. It reminded millions that in a world often divided by ideology, faith, and progress, there can still be moments of unity and shared understanding. Elon Musk's simple quote and Ted Cruz's heartfelt tears became a symbol of hope, proof that even in the most unexpected places, compassion and faith can touch hearts and inspire dialogue. This episode teaches us that sometimes it is the most authentic and vulnerable moments that break through barriers and connect us as human beings. It challenges us to embrace conversations that blend technology with morality, innovation with empathy, and progress with timeless values. And it encourages us all to remember that beneath all the noise, what truly matters is how we treat one another. Instead of retreating from the intense wave of controversy that followed his profound statement, Elon Musk chose to confront it head-on, doubling down on his message with clarity and conviction. In a candid interview shortly after the event, Elon emphasized the crucial role that ancient wisdom plays in shaping the ethical frameworks upon which societies are built. He argued that dismissing these time-tested principles in favor of purely technological or secular reasoning risks unraveling the moral fabric that has guided humanity for centuries. Elon's message wasn't about promoting any single religion or dogma, but rather about recognizing the universal values embedded within these ancient teachings. Values like compassion, empathy, humility, and treating others with kindness. These principles, he insisted, are not relics of a bygone era, but living guideposts that remain vital in an age dominated by artificial intelligence and rapid innovation. Elon's interview made clear that his respect for these foundational ethics transcended religious belief. Whether one identifies as deeply spiritual or entirely secular, the core tenets he referenced, such as the Golden Rule, have endured because they resonate with a fundamental human truth, that how we treat each other shapes the quality of our shared existence. He urged innovators, scientists, and policymakers alike to incorporate these timeless ethical considerations as they develop technologies that will increasingly influence our lives. For Elon, the fusion of technology and morality isn't optional. It's essential to ensure that progress benefits humanity as a whole, rather than undermining the very values that hold society together. Meanwhile, Ted Cruz, the conservative senator known for his unwavering Christian faith and political rigor, found himself profoundly touched by Elon's words. In subsequent public appearances and interviews, Cruz opened up about how the moment rekindled his belief in the enduring relevance of faith, even amidst the dizzying pace of modern scientific breakthroughs and technological marvels. He spoke earnestly about how, despite the skepticism and cynicism that often surround discussions of religion in the public sphere, there remains a vital place for spirituality in guiding ethical behavior and public policy. Cruz highlighted how Elon's acknowledgement of faith-based values in such a high-profile, secular setting was a hopeful sign of bridging divides that often seem insurmountable. What made this exchange remarkable was the coming together of two very different worlds, the realm of high technology and innovation, and the sphere of politics and faith-based values. Elon Musk, the emblem of futuristic progress and disruption, and Ted Cruz, a staunch defender of traditional values, found rare common ground. Their moment of shared understanding transcended partisan lines and professional domains, embodying a dialogue often missing in today's polarized society. It was a powerful illustration that faith, ethics, and innovation need not exist in conflict, but can instead inform and enrich one another. This convergence sparked wider conversations about the interplay between ethics and technology. Across the globe, leaders in science, religion, philosophy, and governance reflected on how humanity can navigate the ethical challenges posed by advancements such as artificial intelligence, genetic editing, and space exploration. Elon and Ted's shared acknowledgement underscored that technology, without a moral compass, risks creating a future that is efficient, but potentially cold or unjust. The values Elon highlighted, compassion, empathy, reciprocity, serve as a beacon guiding how these powerful tools should be developed and deployed. Their dialogue also shed light on a broader societal need to find unifying principles in an era often marked by division. Whether one approaches these issues from a faith perspective or a secular ethical framework, the underlying desire is the same: to build a future that honors human dignity and fosters well-being. Elon's recognition of faith-inspired ethics, coupled with Ted's embrace of innovation's role in society, created a hopeful narrative. It suggested that despite apparent differences, common values can be found that unite disparate communities and perspectives. Moreover, this moment challenged the notion that science and faith are inherently at odds. Instead, it proposed a model where faith traditions offer rich ethical insights that can complement scientific inquiry. Elon's stance invited scientists to engage with these moral traditions thoughtfully, while Ted's response encouraged faith communities to embrace dialogue with the scientific world. Together, they exemplified how collaboration rather than conflict can drive meaningful progress. In the aftermath, public discourse continued to explore these themes, often referencing Elon and Ted's exchange as a case study of respectful, productive dialogue. Educational forums, think tanks, and community groups examined how to integrate ethical wisdom from diverse sources into technology policy and innovation strategies. The hope was to foster a culture where rapid technological development proceeds hand in hand with careful ethical consideration. Ultimately, Elon Musk's decision to stand firmly by his words and Ted Cruz's heartfelt response served as a reminder that addressing humanity's future requires more than just technical prowess. It demands humility, reflection, and a commitment to shared values. Their unlikely convergence at the intersection of faith, ethics, and innovation illuminated a path forward, one where technology is guided by compassion and where faith can engage constructively with progress. This story encourages us all to embrace complexity and seek common ground, recognizing that the challenges ahead are too great for any single perspective alone. It reminds innovators, policymakers, and citizens alike that the future is not only about what we can build, but how we choose to build it, with kindness, empathy, and enduring ethical principles leading the way. This powerful exchange between Elon Musk and Senator Ted Cruz serves as a profound reminder that beneath the complex layers of politics, technology, and ideological debate, there exist universal truths that bind us all together as human beings. In an era where division often seems to dominate public discourse, where conversations are frequently polarized and fractured, this simple yet profound moment became a beacon of hope, a clear illustration that some values transcend time, place, and even the boundaries of belief systems. Elon Musk's candid reference to Jesus and the Golden Rule didn't just spark a conversation about ethics, it ignited a deeper reflection on the very essence of humanity itself. At the heart of this exchange was a message of enduring relevance. The Golden Rule, do to others as you would have them do to you, may originate from an ancient religious text, but its wisdom is universal. It is a call to empathy, a directive to treat others with the same kindness and respect that we wish to receive. This principle is found in many cultures, religions, and philosophies throughout history, echoing the common thread that we are all interconnected and that our actions ripple outward in ways both seen and unseen. Elon's invocation of this teaching during a forum on technology and innovation was a powerful reminder that progress without compassion risks becoming hollow and even dangerous. What made this moment particularly impactful was that it came from Elon Musk, a figure synonymous with the future. He is often viewed as a symbol of cutting-edge innovation, a man who looks to the stars and dreams of colonizing Mars, who pioneers the development of artificial intelligence and revolutionizes transportation with electric vehicles. In such a context, to hear Musk highlight an ancient ethical principle grounded in empathy and mutual respect was unexpected, yet deeply grounding. It underscored a vital truth. No matter how advanced our technology becomes, no matter how far we push the boundaries of science and innovation, we cannot escape the fundamental need for kindness and ethical behavior. Senator Ted Cruz's emotional response to Elon's words further amplified the resonance of this moment. Here was a seasoned politician, known for his often rigid and uncompromising stance, moved to tears by a reminder of something so simple and yet so profound. Cruz's reaction revealed the deep emotional power that these values hold, cutting through political posturing and personal differences to touch something deeply human. It was a moment of vulnerability and authenticity that transcended the usual narratives and reminded viewers worldwide that despite our many divisions, we share a common desire for connection, understanding, and moral clarity. In a world that seems to rush headlong toward an increasingly digital and automated future, moments like this slow us down and invite reflection. They challenge us to ask, as we build smarter machines, expand the frontiers of space, and delve deeper into the mysteries of artificial intelligence, what guides us? What anchors us? Elon and Ted's shared acknowledgement of the Golden Rule provides a compelling answer. Timeless principles of kindness, empathy, and respect must be our compass. Without these, technological progress risks becoming a tool that widens divides rather than bridges them. Moreover, this moment encourages society to reconsider the role of ancient wisdom in contemporary life. Often, there is a tendency to view traditions and religious teachings as outdated or irrelevant in the face of modern science and technology. Yet, as Elon's words suggest, the ethical frameworks handed down through generations hold invaluable lessons that remain crucial to human flourishing. These teachings encourage us not only to innovate, but to innovate responsibly, to ensure that the benefits of progress uplift all people, and that we do not lose sight of the human dignity at the core of every advancement. The dialogue sparked by this exchange also invites us to think critically about how we integrate ethics into the development of new technologies. Artificial intelligence, for instance, raises profound questions about decision-making, fairness, and justice. How do we ensure that AI systems do not perpetuate bias or harm vulnerable populations? How do we embed compassion into algorithms? Elon Musk's invocation of the Golden Rule is a powerful call to embed these ancient ethical principles into the very design of our technologies, ensuring they serve humanity's best interests. For everyday individuals, this story serves as an inspiring reminder that regardless of the rapid changes and challenges we face, we each hold the power to practice kindness and empathy in our own lives. It's a call to recognize the humanity in others, to treat people as we ourselves wish to be treated, and to let these values guide our actions, decisions, and relationships. In a world often overwhelmed by complexity and noise, this simple rule can be a source of clarity and hope. If this story moved you, touched your heart, or sparked new reflections, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire, uplift, and connect us all. Because sometimes it is the most unexpected words, the simplest truths spoken from the most unlikely voices, that open the biggest hearts and build bridges across divides. In conclusion, the moment when Elon Musk spoke about Jesus and the Golden Rule, and when Ted Cruz was moved to tears, was more than just a viral clip or a fleeting headline. It was a powerful, enduring reminder that amidst the rapid pace of technological innovation and societal change, some values remain timeless. It taught us that kindness, empathy, and respect are not relics of the past, but essential guides for building a meaningful, just, and compassionate future. Let us carry this message forward, embracing these universal truths in our daily lives, our work, and our communities. Because in the end, it is not the technology we create or the power we wield that defines us. It is how we treat one another. And that is a lesson worth remembering every day.